What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Shiba Inu and what it actually took for Shiba Inu to be one of the hottest token that we have seen, especially with the percent gains that it gave, and why many people are still trying to compare themselves or still looking for that next Shiba Inu. So we're going to be talking about this in today's video, and also I'm going to be breaking it down why I feel like Roaring Kitty could very well be the next Shiba Inu, but on a smaller scale. Because again, reproducing what Shiba Inu did, it is, it's a hard feat. But I can say that some tokens can reproduce the actions into and also being able to get to a top spot. Maybe not as, the top as Shiba Inu, but it still be able to have the same positive outcome that Shiba Inu has. So make sure, again, you do me a huge favor, consider subscribing. Definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts about today's video. So I have 4 pointers, 4 things that I've noticed. And if you probably was in Shiba Inu longer than me, then your perspective may be a little bit more clear, a little bit more better. But I did get in early enough to the point where I was able to see this thing develop. So first thing is direction. Where is Shiba Inu going? So Shibarium, leash, bone, treat, all of that was all directions where she was going, as well as the token structure. A lot of people don't look at how well structured the token for Shiba Inu is. Aside from VB getting a free token, as well as the COVID Relief Foundation got free token, nobody else got free token. So everybody had to buy their token onto the open market. And the best thing about it, when VB received his supply, he actually burnt half of it. So that was great. You know, People saw the COVID Relief Foundation as a necessary because this was right around COVID time. So what the research that they were doing, people felt like it was needed, and also it did get media attention. So it got us that first attention. So that brings us to number two. The first attention, we started seeing news outlet talk about VB burning Shiba Inu as well as the COVID Relief Foundation, which gave Shib that very first pop. Not only gave it that first pop, but people was comparing it to Doge, like not necessarily just Doge the token, but like, oh, Shiba Inu, it is a dog. Oh, what is Doge? A mascot. It's a Shiba Inu. So it was almost like, okay, these two things are playing around. So the theme of it, of the token, that was a factor. You have to have a good theme for your meme token, or else it's not gonna work. So that's what ended up happening. And if you look at the charts, when you seen this, nice pop right here, boom, then followed by this follow up pop right here, this is all due to that first attention. So now move on to number three, community rally. In my opinion, this is where I feel like Roaring Kitty community is currently at right now, on number three, community rally. Because what you start to see during the community rally phase was people wanted to do something for Shiba Inu. You had Shytoshi wanted to build something. You had other people wanting to build something for Shiba Inu. So that's exactly what they started doing. They started building, and also some people in the community felt like, hey, I want to actually make content about this. So they started making content. So that brings to number four. YouTubers during the last cycle had a huge impact on Shiba Inu because there are so many different YouTubers who were talking about Shiba Inu. Now, these were some of the ones that I was looking at the time. Um, Zach Humphrey, he still talks about Shiba Inu to this day because he just made about the drama that's going on with the Shib account. Your Pop, not as much about Shiba Inu. He went on to other coins, but he was the voice of Shiba Inu, as you can see here. There was Shiba Inu, Leash, Bone, etc., etc. So he had this on his page. Chad Reddings, I don't think he no longer do crypto because I just, the only thing that I was able to find was of him is this gaming site. So I think he might have converted his channel into gaming, and it looks like it's actually doing quite well at that too. So because last time I checked, it was like somewhere at like 50, unless if this is just a brand new channel. But he was a YouTuber talking about Shiba Inu, giving daily update, And what that ended up happening, and it caused more people to come into the fold, caused more people to come into Shiba Inu. So those were the things that were happening. And when people were like, oh my God, I'm not seeing Shiba Inu having that big pop, or I'm not seeing Shiba Inu doing X, Y, and Z, it's a different phase of Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is more, it's really not a meme anymore, per se. Um, and it is based upon utility. So the utility, in my opinion, is going to drive Shiba Inu even further, as well as with Shibarium, you know. But that's a separate video. But those right there, in my opinion, was really the four factors that really brought Shiba Inu in. Now, when it comes to Roaring Kitty, I could see where we're currently at. I think right here, we're currently on number 3, Community Rally. Because first thing, what is our direction? We believe as a community that Roaring Kitty is going to reach over billions of dollars worth of market cap. And also within that direction, we believe that we are going to also being able to help Shibarium, us as a token, or he's going to be able to help put the spotlight on Shibarium, because a lot of the members of Roaring Kitty also hold other asset within the Shib ecosystem. So it is like, oh, we're helping our Shiba Inu as well as our bone, leash, whatever bag that you have within the Shib ecosystem. We feel like as a community, that's what we're doing. We're helping it by supporting Roaring Kitty. Because again, one thing about chains, when chains really pop off, like if you look at Base, Solana, um, even Ethereum, when things really popped off on those chains, it was typically a meme coin that sparked it, where people were able to, make real, real life changing gains. And I feel like, again, Roaring Kitty can do that. Because once that happened, guess what? People are going to start looking at Shibarium. More projects come onto it, and it's going to eventually help Bone, Leash, Treat, as well as Shiba Inu. So, again, we're currently on the community rally, because what we're seeing now is community rating, shilling, um, doing all this. I'm a content creator, so I create content. I'm seeing other people within the Shiba Inu ecosystem who only talks about Shib ecosystem, but now that Roaring Kitty is on Shibarium, they're going to start venturing and talking about Roaring Kitty as well. So guess what that's happening? It's creating YouTubers, guys. It's creating YouTubers, and as more YouTubers come around, it's gonna keep the community up to date of what's happening within the Roaring Kitty community, as well as what's happening within on chain with Shibarium. So all of these are different factors, and again, we've already seen that first pop, that very first pop. It lets us know whether or not Roaring Kitty has the potential to being able to go parabolic, and the answer to that, guys, is absolutely yes, because this right here is considered the very first pop right here. This is the first pop. You know, all of this was the first pop. And despite us not having everything together, we're able to see this nice pop. Now that we have everything together, the next rally, the next really strong push is going to take a lot of people by surprise, because they're not expecting all of this to happen for a small token like ourselves. Again, and it's all due to the fact that we are 100% community owned, ran, and it goes back to the structure of things. So keep an eye out on Roaring Kitty. But at least I thought I'd make this video just that way I could explain to you guys why I'm still bullish on Roaring Kitty, because again, I am seeing parallels between Shiba Inu as well as Roaring Kitty. But leave a like, leave a comment. Random Arts guy signing off. Peace!